we welcome Martin Nguyen, one championship featherweight contender. Martin, always great to have you on the show. How are you doing, my man?
I'm doing well, man. Doing well. I had a great camp. Just flown in, just got touchdown in Singapore, so we're just climatizing now, and can't wait to fight night, man.
Fair enough. Mate, you're currently in quarantine, I believe.
I am. It's only like a 24 hour quarantine inside the hotel, but we have to stay within the bubble. So, leaving the hotel, can't leave the hotel at all.
Yeah.
Leaving my room, but I wait until I get the test results back.
Yeah, fair enough. So look, the quarantine, it seems like this one isn't too aggressive, but you've done a fair amount of it now. Does it get any easier or it just gets worse?
Oh man, I think the more you think about it, the harder it gets. I think you just take it as it comes. It is what it is, man. If you got to quarantine, you got to quarantine.
Yeah.
But it's such a waste of time. There's so many discrepancies and so many things that I can say about it, but won't even go into that, man.
Fair enough, fair enough. And what are your top quarantine activities? What is Martin Nguyen like doing to kill time?
Kill time, Netflix or game, man. I just play games all day,
Yeah,
or just watch movies, man. That's the main things.
fair enough. Mate, I have to say, I've always been a massive Apprentice fan. Tell me, how did Martin Nguyen not get a guest spot in one championship's first stab at Apprentice? Like, what do we need to do? Like, how come?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but realistically, I think it was just such a busy time.
Yeah,
When they were filming it as well, I was focusing on my title defense at that time, and that was when they were filming it, and just so much stuff was going on with COVID and all that. So, really, I don't really care if I'm on the if I was on the show or not.
yeah,
Main thing was being able to provide for my family, doing what I love, and take every day as it comes. This whole COVID situation, and not being able to travel and all that. It kind of hit the industry pretty hard, but we're all coming together.
yeah,
It's slowly working and slowly phasing out.
yeah. Makes sense. Look, yeah. Speaking of COVID, it's been a crazy 2020 for a lot of people, obviously, for a lot of different reasons. Personally, when you look back at 2020, and I'm not specifically talking only about fighting, what do you take away out of that year?
Um, Now the year was a pretty great year. I had two amazing fight camps. Uh, I feel like I've gotten better, um, not only as a martial artist, but just as like a teammate and as a family man. Everything has made us obviously stronger and more closer when it came to quarantining and being with the family. Um, but yeah, 2020, other than my world title loss, man, everything was, I couldn't have asked for a better year, in terms of me getting better as a martial artist.
Yep. So before we talk about your upcoming fight with Kim, let's chat. I know you've probably had enough conversations about the fight with Tan, and look. Speaking of a person looking at it from a third party, that had to be a fight of the year candidate, right? Was it a conscious effort on your end to really keep that aggressive pace, or how do you feel looking back about that fight in terms of that dynamic?
Yeah, it's just it got to my head in that third round where I was so angry that the fight wasn't going my way. Not only my way, but the fight wasn't. There was no fight. It was a pity patter touch type of fight. And that's the way he fights, man. I can't change that, and I can't do anything about it. But to adapt, and for me, I didn't adapt. I just went in aggressive. I came to fight. I came to put a hurting on, and Tan came to win. And that was basically it, man. He done his job. He got the title. Um, but yeah, for me, it's all about the climb. I've been in these situations before. I know what it feels like to win, and I also know what it feels like to lose. So it's up to me to, how I always ask myself, how bad do you want this? Why are you doing it for? What are the reasons? And I always question myself, and I always make sure that my mindset is always in check, win, lose, or draw.
Yep. When you reflect on the whole experience and that fight specifically, what takeaways do you come out of that fight with Tan?
Just kind of how can I say it, man? Like it's, I kind of feel like I look to take away from that fight. Look, obviously, yes, I did lose, and the losing the belt hurt me the most. You know, it was like 3 years of hard work putting into it, and for it to go out the way it did hurt, man. But the main thing I took out of it was, as I said, I always ask myself, how bad do you want this? You know, do you always want to be at the top? You know, I know I'm not going to be at the top forever, but how bad do you want to, fight for, what you do? And for me personally, how I see it, I just feel like I need to just get better, man. Mindset wise, mental wise, physically, everything. I'm just focusing on getting better and better. I know that fight with time will eventually come back around. Um, I can't rush it. I can't rush into things, and I know that things will take their time and stay its course as long as I do my job. That's the main thing.
Yep. So, speaking of that inevitable collision course with Tan, what do you think would be different if you were to face him for a second time?
Now, a lot will be different, but I'm sure a lot will be different on his side as well. Just come find out. We just got to be better game planning. I got to listen to my coaches when they talk to me and not get
Yeah.
frustrated and be more emotionally involved when comes to the fight itself. Sorry.
Yeah. So look, let's speak about the future. Your upcoming card is actually being broadcasted again, across TNT. Is that something that excites you, having a bigger sort of audience to showcase your skills?
It's huge, man. It's huge. Being able to showcase my skills to the North American market, North American fans, finally getting to watch my fights live, other than waking up and searching it up on YouTube and finding out the results, or tuning into Bleacher Report and you got to pay for the app and all that. Hoo-ha. Now it's going to be live and free on TNT. So being able to broadcast my skills, showcase my skills on that broadcast, sorry, is a dream come true.
And moving forward, do you think this is the direction for one in terms of extending the reach of the platform to not only the North American audience but just across the world?
One championship have been doing a very well job of you know the production of introducing it to the world. They're out like the athletes and the actual promotion itself, but man, they're forever evolving. Whether it's with Bleacher Report or with TNT, man, it's one championship's always going to evolve. They have a leader like Chatri who's not, TNT is not just the top, man. There's going to be a beyond market above that, and yeah, we just got to take it one step at a time. But I'm sure Chacha will lead the company the right direction.
How has the training camp been for this fight against Kim? Has there been anything specifically you guys have been focusing on?
The training camp itself is amazing, man. I've become a better striker, become a better wrestler. Overall, in general, other than the renowned coaches that we have now with Kami, Greg, and Henry, we now have Nick Lentz under our belt. So
Hmm.
Nick Lentz, I've been spending a lot of time with Nick Lentz, improving my wrestling, improving my overall fight game, transitioning from a striker to a grappler to a striker. So that transitioning, not many people can handle it. Not many people can do it. Whether they come in and just become a striker or they come in and just become a wrestler, that in between is that what most fighters are missing. So I feel like I've gotten better in that department itself. But every camp I have a sense with, it's a blessing, and we have so many good guys in that gym that are like so underground that people don't know.
Yeah.
They make me better fighters every day, bro.
Yeah. Do you think that blending of styles is something that you want to consciously showcase in this particular fight, or it just is
Hopefully,
what it
we'll
is?
see. You'll see where the fight goes. I don't like to say that I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that and I'm going to do this, because if it doesn't work out, then I start stressing and I start
Yeah.
panicking. I'm just going to take the fight, like as I said, with all other fights as it comes. And if it gets to that stage, then beautiful.
Okay. In an interview in the Southern China Morning Post, Kim noted that he doesn't necessarily think, and I'm always very conscious when foreign fighters translate interviews of taking things out of context. but he doesn't feel that you have a very good chin. What do you make of that comment?
Good on him. Test it. Be my guest and test it. What can I say?
I
If
like
I
it.
don't have a good chin, test it.
How does Kim rank in terms of the opponents you have faced? Like, what do you see in Kim in terms of his game?
Yeah, he's a tough opponent. He's Brazilian. He's tough. He's got that good pressure game. Overall, good stand up. And good defensive wrestling. So at the end of the day, man, it's a fight. A fight, it's a fight. And we're gonna go in there. We're gonna throw hands. We're gonna throw legs. We're gonna wrestle. And man, the best man win.
Yep. Stylistically, he likes to keep it on the feet. Do you feel that you have an advantage in the stand up in that particular regard?
Uh, I wouldn't say that. I'd say we're both evenly matched, if anything.
Yep. Yep. His last loss was against Matashima, a win that you have. Does that level of experience, the fact that you've won against an opponent that he's lost, give you any level of confidence, or not necessarily?
That doesn't mean anything, man. Yeah, he probably had an off day. You never know. After every loss, everyone's gonna bounce back stronger, and he obviously did. And yeah, when it comes to wins and losses, it doesn't really matter, man. They could have an off day. They could have dramatically been beaten up, or had an injury. So we never know. I just take the fight as it comes. I don't let the past get into me. I mean, he can judge off my last fight all he wants, man. If he's gonna fall into that that circle of judging, then yeah, he's gonna be in for a long night.
In a perfect world, Martin, how many times do you think you're fighting this year?
In a perfect world, I'd like to fight 3 times minimum.
Gotcha. And I'm thinking that in the third one, by then we're probably at the title again, at the foot of that mountain.
Yeah. So if I have to, the main thing is I have to take out Kim devastatingly for
Yeah.
me to be solidify my spot as number one, and fight the winner out of Tan or Gary if they do fight, or even fight Gary next. I don't really care who I fight next. I just want to fight. Make as much money as possible. Being able to provide for my family. The belts and accolades will come with every win I have.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a last one to conclude. Have you ever thought, Martin, what you plan to do after all this is said and done?
I want to sit on my lounge and eat donuts and I don't know, eat as much as I can, to gain as much weight as I can, and lose all the weight through another sport. Maybe I don't know.
That's it.
I haven't
Maybe
thought
go back
I
to
haven't thought
rugby.
that far.
Yeah.
I haven't thought that far yet, but I'm still in this for. I still say another 4 years, so we'll see what happens.
Awesome. Martin Nguyen, thanks for your time, mate. And as always, we wish you the best in your fight and your future.
My guy, thank you so much, man.